Good morning, children.
Yes, ma'am. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. Good
Good
morning,
morning, ma'am.
everyone. Good morning.
Good morning, ma'am.
Okay, so one more time we are going to revise uh, the chapter. This is Jody's Fawn. We have done it earlier. I have shared the extra question answers in the group, English group, and I have also shared the video of this chapter. Okay, and those who have just joined, please give the attendance in the message box so that you are going to be marked present. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So now I'm going to share the screen and we'll start with the chapter. This is the video that I was talking about, and these are the extra question answers. Okay, so 15 question answers I have shared. I am expecting you all to do this by this evening. Then tomorrow we'll discuss the answer in the class. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So, starting with the explanation, everyone. Open your books if you have, otherwise I'm sharing the screen so that you can see you can go through the text when I'm reading it. Okay, now this chapter is an excerpt from a book which is called The Yearning. Okay, this is from the excerpt you understand na? A part. Okay, a part shared, okay, from the book The Yearning, written by Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. Okay, he's the author of that book. Did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Okay, just somebody wants to join in. Right? So he's the author of this book, The Yearning, and written by Marjorie Kinnan Rawlings. So he has written this story. This story is one of my favorite story in this book. And why? Because there are 5 people who are who are uh, older than Jody. Jody, who's a 13 years old boy in this chapter. Okay, approximately of your age, isn't it? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, maybe 1 or 2 years older or younger, but yes, approximately of your age. There are 5 other people in this chapter. It is Mr. Baxter, Mr. Baxter, Ma Baxter, that is the mother, Mrs. Baxter, who has been called as Ma Baxter in this chapter many a times, like here, you can see over here. Here, you can see over here, isn't it? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, then Ma Baxter, then there is a Doc Wilson, who's a doctor who comes to visit Mr. Baxter after that incident, the incident that happened, taken place later. Then okay, so Doc Wilson, and then the other one is Millville. There is one more person in this particular story, but he has not been mentioned. But I'm counting that person as well. Okay, but amongst all these elder people, all these older who are older than Jody, have not thought of the things that Jody has thought. Okay, that the small child has thought. That is why Jody is considered to be as the kindest person in this entire story. He has the pure heart, and he's very thoughtful. Getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so he's one of the purest, kindest, thoughtful person considered in this entire story. Why? Because there is an incident happened when Jody and his father has gone for a hunting expedition where his father had been bitten by a rattlesnake. Okay, and because Jody could not think of quickly anything, but he kills a doe and uses his heart and liver to draw out the poison from the poison from his father's body. Okay, but unfortunately, uh, he had made a little fawn, without a mother. He had left a little fawn without a mother in the jungle. Okay, they both have came back, and that was a scene when in the first scene we get to know that how Jody is trying to convince his father as well as the other member of the family for going and adopting that little fawn who has been left alone, all alone in the jungle, without even anyone there to take care of him. Okay, because the fawn had been the doe had been killed, and the little fawn had been left all alone in the jungle. Okay, so here here we can see that Jody is convincing his father to just allow him to raise up the little fawn, and fathers agreed to a little extent, but then he said that you can go and ask your mother too whether she agrees or not, because it is taking much time for them to just to get convinced. Why? Because they were not in a financial condition to have a pet. Okay, they have limited supplies, they have limited resources with which they are spending the money. Okay, so they were not in a condition to adopt a pet, and that too a baby fawn. Okay, so it's not like a tiny bird or something, a tiny creature. It is a fawn that needs to be really feeded well. Okay, are you getting all, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, yes, everyone?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. So
Yes, ma'am.
okay, so now it takes a little, it takes a little bit effort for Jody to make them realize that we are the one who had killed his mother, and how can we so thoughtless that we are going to leave them all alone in the jungle to face the danger, to face the danger of the jungle, to face to be left all alone without being anything to be feed on. How can we so thoughtless? Okay, somehow his father convinced, and yes, Dr. Wilson was sitting over there, and he said that yes, you have to think over it, because he said over here that when Jody started convincing his mother, so mother said that we have limited sources, we cannot afford a pet at home. So Dr. Wilson said, that's right, ma'am, but nothing in the world comes quite free. Okay, so he agrees with Jody. Dr. Wilson agrees with Jody that nothing in the world comes free. That means if you have taken the doe's life, you have to take care of the little fawn. Okay, getting it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, so he said that that nothing comes in the world quite free. If you have taken the fawn's life, you have to take. He said that the boy is right and his father is right. Okay, both of them are right that if you have taken the doe's life, you have to take care of the fawn's, of a little fawn. Okay, so the Dr. Wilson agree with it, and there was a visitor at home whose name was Millville, and he was sitting over there, and he said that mother was anxious about how you're going to be there. You are not going to go alone in the jungle. So Millville said that I'm going to take care of him. I'm going to be with him. Okay, I'll take him over there, and we both are going to be fine. Nothing would happen to us if we'll go and find out the fawn, and we will bring the fawn safely back home. So saying this, mother said, okay, but you have to, but we don't have too much to feed on. Okay, so to this, Jody said that I'm going to share my food with fawn. Now you are happy? If that makes you happy, then I'm going to bring the fawn here. So he's so much into it that he wanted to share even his food with the fawn. So Mother Baxter said, in that case, okay, you can bring, but you have to keep your promise that you are going to share your food. I'm not having extra milk or extra thing for that little fawn. Okay. Now this really makes Jody very happy, and then Millville along with Jody has gone in the jungle to search the little fawn. Okay, now Jody is not willing. Jody was not unwilling, that means not willing to have Millville with him. Why? Because if the fawn is dead or could not be found, he could not have his disappointment seen. Okay, that means he don't want to show his emotions to whom? To whom? Millville. Yes, Millville. He did not want to show his emotions to Millville, and if the fawn was there, then out of excitement, out of happiness, that meeting would be another emotional thing. So that also he does not want Millville to see. He did in both the cases. If the fawn is there, then also he would cry, and if the fawn was not found, then also he would cry. In both the cases, Jody was not willing to show his emotions to Millville. Okay, so he said that I'm going to go all alone to find out. From here, you don't have to follow me. So from there, Millville asked that, are you sure about it? So he said, yes, I'll take care, and it will not take much time to find out because he's somewhere here. Okay, so after getting it, they both have got the little fawn was found near the carcass of the, or the carcass means the dead body of the doe, and he was timidly, found a little scared and sitting on the corner of the bushes, and he was found all wrapped up in around his tiny little legs, and he was wobbling, he was shivering. Okay, he could not even collect the because it's been seen that he has been not fed and not been obviously, because mother was dead and who else is there to take care of him. He was found very weak and fragile sitting in the corner of the bushes. So that makes Jody really very unhappy to see the condition. He took he wrapped him in his arms and give a tight hug to him, as if he had the wish had been fulfilled. He wanted him to bring home utterly. Why? Because he had been so thoughtful since the time that he had taken the life of the doe. Okay, since then he's been thinking of the little fawn. So now the time has come for the fawn to be taken care of by Jody. So Jody had taken him in his gave a tight hug to him, brought him home, and then he poured a milk in a gourd, and then he wanted to feed him with the gourd, but he denied to drink in that way. So how did he manage to do that? He started dipping the fingers inside that gourd and taking it back to his mouth, and that way fawn started getting a feeding on the milk, because he was too tiny and too young to know how to really lick the amount of milk from the gourd and sip it up. So that the Jody has to dip his fingers in the gourd and took it back in the fawn's mouth for sipping it up. So that is how the fawn was now contented, and he started moving his tail to and fro, okay, up and down motion, to show that now he is really very happy in the company of Jody. Okay, so that makes that this chapter actually teaches us that to be very thoughtful towards anybody who's in help, or anything, not to think of too much if someone really genuinely needs our help, and to be there for each and everyone, whether it's an animal or a human who are in need of our help. Okay, did you get that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, anything that you need to ask from this chapter?
No, ma'am. No.
Anything that you have not understood?
No, ma'am.
Yes, Anushka, you are raising your hand. You want to ask something?
No, ma'am. By mistake it was touched.
Okay, so now I have shared the question answers in the group. You might have seen that. Yes, so these are the question answers. What happens to Jody's father? What did Jody do? So what happened to him? Anybody is going to give me the answer?
Ma'am, can I?
Yes, one by one, everyone will get a chance. So yes, Dharam.
Ma'am, Jody's
Huh?
father was bitten by a snake.
Yes.
Ma'am,
And what did Jody do?
By a rattlesnake.
Yes.
And to help his father, Jody sees a doe nearby and he killed it to take out the
Yes,
to take out
Jody.
the venom from his father's
Yes,
body.
in order to save. Yes.
And implant in the Jody's father.
Yes, so in order to save his father's life, Jody killed a doe and took out the heart and the liver, and to save father's life from the poison, took out the poison from his body. Okay, so in order to save his father's life, he had taken this step, right? So how did Penny feel when he got up in the early morning?
I'm very sad.
He was
Sad about the fawn.
Yes, he was very sad. Then
He was very sad.
yes, why was Penny feeling proud?
Ma'am, that he can bring the fawn at her home and share his food with it.
Yes. Why was
Ma'am,
Jody?
we want to take care of the fawn because the mother of the fawn was killed and
Yes,
he
yes.
was then and old and he wanted to keep the fawn with him and take care of the fawn.
Yes. Why was Jody so thoughtful for the fawn?
Because if he thinks that without without a mother, without any mother or father, who can take care of the fawn? Because in forest there are
Govind,
many wild
just a
animals.
moment. Govind, please. There is someone who is disturbing you from behind. Please tell them not to talk so much. Okay. Acha, listen now. Only few minutes are left. At 11:40, class is going to be over, right? So only few minutes are left. I want you all to solve these question answers on your own. Okay. And tomorrow when we will meet in the class, we will discuss the rest of the question answers. And I have shared the video also. Okay, so that video also has to be seen by you everyone. Each of you have to watch that video, read the chapter once again. In case you have not understood any of the thing, you can ask me again. Okay, fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay,
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 ma'am.
okay everyone. I hope everyone has given the attendance in the message box.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Everyone, those who have not given, please give and be ready for the next class. Only few minutes are left, so be ready and keep on revising the things, and please attend all the other classes. Otherwise, I'm telling you, you are going to be in trouble later on. Don't come and cry near me or class teacher, because this written complaint has gone in to the principal ma'am's desk, and if she will be finding this thing genuine from all the other teachers of 8B, believe me, you are not going to be allowed to sit in the exam. ठीक है, फिर नेक्स्ट साल के लिए इसी 8B में रहने के लिए तैयार रहना. बी श्योर. So please don't do anything which is going to make teachers angry. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? Attend the classes online regularly. Get your devices fixed, get your internet connections fixed, but everyone has to attend the class. There is no if and but, there is no excuses going to be entertained, okay, by the teachers. So be sure that you are coming regularly, attending the class. Okay, thank you children, and take care. See you tomorrow. Okay,
Thank you,
take
ma'am.
care.
Thank you, ma'am.
Take care. Bye bye. See you tomorrow. Bye beta.